So, as my Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege Operation Chimera update, which is 10.73 gigabytes downloads, I'm going to be making this video talking about a new game that I started playing. It's a PC game as of right now. I don't know if they plan on releasing it on console, but it's a PC game. It's in beta. It's a free-to-play game. And no, it's not pay to win. I wanted to get that, get that cleared and say that it's very cosmetic. There's a lot of cosmetic portions to it. It's almost like they're trying to go down the cosmetic route of what is that game? CS:GO. They're trying to. I think that's the route they're trying to go with the camouflages. They made some pretty interesting and sick ones. Like they're sweet. Basically, the game itself is. It's a free to play, so you would think that low expectations, but I have to say, ironically, they built an engine from the ground up. It's called the Iron Engine, and it runs pretty smooth. The game itself is pretty damn smooth. The gunplay mechanics of the game are pretty smooth. The graphics in general are kind of like not so high quality. Even on Ultra, they're not super high quality, but I don't think that they were intending to make the graphics of the game so like 4K amazing where you see a wrinkle within a wrinkle kind of graphics, but they did a pretty decent job of making the game in general. I mean, obviously there are things wrong with the game, but it is in beta, so it has an excuse and reason to not be perfect, and there is no such thing as perfect in general. You can't make a perfect game and cater to everybody, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So the game in general is pretty good. I'm having fun with it. If you get good frames and a good ping, you're golden. You can have a lot of fun with this game. The weapon handling is fucking awesome. Has a great selection of weapons. Occasionally you'll bump into apparently hackers. I haven't bumped into one yet, but that's been one of the complaints. Obviously, it's a fresh game. Obviously, people want to cheat the game. I don't know why. It defeats the purpose of the fucking game to begin with. And then obviously you have, a couple glitches, a couple hiccups in the game itself. Obviously you have occasional lag and then server issues. And that's been the biggest thing, is that server issues have been quite horrendous in the last few days. Today is better, but over the weekend, the servers, the game was fucking unplayable. There was times where I couldn't even load the fucking game. But besides that, those two big concerns, when I plug in my Elgato and I go from 100, anywhere between 96 to 125 frames per second to 30 because I plugged in my Elgato HD60 capture card, that is an issue, going to 30 frames per second. The other issue is server problems. If they can eliminate those two problems, this could be an amazing game. You do get a lot of Call of Duty vibes when you play this game, but part of you, deep down inside your mind, there's this buzzing noise, and there's this whisper that says, it's better than Call of Duty, it's better than Call of Duty. And deep down inside, we all know, if you play this game, I highly recommend it. It's free to play, free to download, free to play, and all that kind of stuff. It's better than Call of Duty in many different ways. It's better than Call of Duty. It has a very rigorous and challenging leveling system, which actually rewards you very generously. There's an in-game currency, which I do like that aspect of the game. Makes more initiative to play the game to earn the in-game currency to unlock weapons with money. So that's one other thing that's really awesome about the game. It kind of gives me, Call of Duty Black Ops 1 vibes. But like I said, it is better than Call of Duty on certain aspects. But now you might ask, well, is it a Call of Duty killer? No, it's a free-to-play game. I doubt it. If they made it into a AAA title, it could potentially compete with Call of Duty and Battlefield and Titanfall and Rainbow Six Siege and all those other games. It could potentially compete with those games and potentially do better than one or two of those games, because the game is fun. The maps are very familiar. You get three lane maps, with their inside or the middle of the map. Very close quarters, good for shotgun guys, good for the SMG guys, even for the, assault rifle guys, pretty decent. There's a lot of open lanes as well, so for the sniper guys and the guys that like getting, further away shots. I'm a rusher in general, so I go straight for the objective and, try to grind out kills, and it's really fun. The game is fun. It's not perfect by all means. It needs a lot of work, and I've said this about and probably all games. I'll say it. All games are not perfect. All games cannot cater to everybody, and all games could always be better. There's always room for improvement in any fucking game that's ever created. And honestly speaking, this game does need improvements. Hopefully with time, it will become better. If you hear a ringing in the background, that's somebody calling my house phone, and it makes me want to go and choke my phone if that's possible. But anywho, so I do apologize if you hear that. There's nothing I can do to just stop the, impromptu commentary while the damn phone rings. But anywho, overall, I have to say the game is great. I highly recommend it. Yes, there are some minor hiccups. If you can get past the minor issues in the game, I mean, yes, server issues are not really considered minor issues. I think they're pretty serious issues, but they're working on fixing everything, and hopefully in the near future, or the very distant, or the very near future, maybe in a few weeks, they'll have, better servers. Maybe they'll upgrade their capacity or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll fix whatever the hell's the issue in the server in general, and people will have a better gaming experience. Like I said, over the weekend, it was trash. It was hard to load the game in general. It was hard to play the game. And then on top of that, I had horrible frames in general over the weekend. I don't know, maybe because the servers were packed. But this morning, I played the game fine. It loaded up real quick, smooth as butter. Smoother than a porn star's ass. Fucking played the game, enjoyed it, had fun, I think the lowest frames per second was like 112 for me today. The highest, I think I had like 134 or something like that. So like ridiculous frames per second today. So I don't know if they updated the server or fixed the server or what. But, today, just in general, has been a pleasant gaming experience. I can't complain. So I enjoyed it, and I thought I'd make this little review while my Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege Operation Chimera and Outbreak download, and it's currently sitting at 66%. So as soon as that, gets downloaded and I actually load up the game, and I'll be bringing more videos throughout the day. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to make this video. If anybody's interested in playing a free-to-play game that's not pay to win, that is a little bit interesting, and it is a little refreshing to play something different, definitely check this game out. Give it a chance. Hopefully, with some time, the game will become good, and quite possibly better than some of the AAA titles that are out there currently today. They're kind of ass, kind of like Call of Duty. Like I said, this game is not a Call of Duty killer. It has a lot of Call of Duty vibes in it, but I feel that it is way the fuck better than Call of Duty on so many different aspects. And this is the development team that could potentially, I wish this development team would work on Call of Duty, because they can actually make something great. And it's also the realism aspect that they bring. Names of actual guns and the look of those guns are realistic and real. So they have an emphasis on the whole realism of guns. Like the MP7 is called the MP7A1. Obviously, there's, I think, a couple weapons that are more, they kind of made it more futuristic, so they altered the name on some of them, but some of them they didn't. Like the HK417 is a real gun. The HK416 is also a real gun. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a mixed bag. Like I said, some of the weapons, same thing with the MP7, that's made by H&K. That's a company that makes weapons from Germany. And they have a couple other ones that you will notice that are kind of like familiar weapons, like the P90, which is the FN P90, but they call it just the P90. So, but, some weapons have like actual names of almost like companies that produce the weapons. Some of them don't, so it's kind of like a mixed bag. I don't know if they haven't gotten all licensing to have the names on there or something. I don't know, but anywho, I'm the man. Hopefully enjoyed this commentary. Hopefully enjoyed the video in general, and that's all I gotta say. Peace.